It prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community many families have come for a better life. Coming from another culture myself, I know the desire to become part of a community, to feel at home and to gain the tools for our children and families to succeed. So I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to look beyond their histories and to see what opportunities are available. We help them get involved with their kids' schools, network within the community, and when we do, we unite them. We make the community stronger. What I do is something I wish someone had done for me, and I am so grateful I am able to. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunities and succeed. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run.
Mm-hmm.
The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, won with a home run.
Hit the home run.
Right.
They were going into that national series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have well, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the
how much you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that you're.
Then your average game you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative 65, this early in the season is pretty rough.
That's horrible.
The pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here. I mean, the team ERA is 4.70, which is 26th in the league. They have 126 walks allowed. They acquired Jared Weaver in the offseason, and he really has not panned out. He's off to one of the worst starts in any of the pitchers in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
He's 0-4 with a 6.05 ERA. In May alone, he already has 12 earned runs. 12 earned runs in May. And, another one of their pitchers, Clayton Richard, he's 2-4 with a 4.34 ERA. And, in May, he has 6 earned runs and 12 innings pitched. So they're not pitching well. And on top of that, they are also not batting well.
Right. But it kind of sucks because Manuel Margot is doing pretty good. His the past few at bats, his last.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait, Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd
on.
you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds.
There's a rumor going around that Tyler Perry and Oprah are beefing. Well, let me tell you about this. Tyler, okay, told Oprah, bitch, if you don't have my money, we're going to have a problem. Ooh. Oprah said...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
What's up, family? Welcome to the Black by the Man Radio Show. I'm your host, Brother Mike, along with my partner in consciousness, my co-host, the lovely Miss Janice. How you doing today, Miss Janice?
Very good, very good.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the Black by the Man Radio Show. We are grateful that you've joined us this evening.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. It's cold outside. Extraordinarily cold day. But other than that, I'm pretty good. So I want to welcome everybody to the BBD Radio Show today. And today is 2019 still, right? First month of the year. So we try to have a couple shows that are pretty inspirational. So today we're going to give you guys and different ways to save money in 2019. So we think that's a pretty good issue to have on your mind as you start your new year off. Maybe approach things a little bit differently, and we're going to try to do the same ourselves. So that's what we're going to be talking to you about today. I've already sent out a few invites to everybody. I do apologize. My voice is still a little under the weather. I personally am not under the weather, but my voice is a little under the weather. So bear with me, folks. Bear with me.
Well, on that note, I personally am under the weather.
It got a hold of you too, huh?
Yes.
So you feeling better today, though?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I don't want nobody feeling bad. I got to deal with that enough myself. So it's Martin Luther King Day, Martin Luther King's birthday. So that's what's up. We're honoring the man that put forth his best effort to do what he did. So this is a good day to have the Black by the Man Radio Show. Yes. So we're going to talk about things that are important, like saving money, you know what I mean? And how you can, cut corners with saving money, and just a few, ideals to stimulate a thought process about money.
Well, it's going to be a great show for me today because...
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm interested in learning this. Yeah, I'm interested in learning this. It's going to be good. But before we get into it, let's talk some current events. I'll start with current events, right? So for our audience, we just attended an event over this weekend called All Black Everything. This is held by BPM, which stands for Black Professional Men. The event was lovely. It was an accumulation of 3 other events, which was Hire Black Baltimore, Buy Black Baltimore, and Eat Black Baltimore. So these 3 events combined together to make the All Black Everything event. So Black by the Man was there. We was in the building. We was a vendor. We met some really good people. We sold some merchandise. And now, was this just me, or you might agree with this? We were actually a little shocked at how many people knew who we were. That was pretty nice. Wasn't that nice?
Yes, I want to say this was actually the best event by far.
I think that was the best event by far. BBD was in the building. At one point, I had left the table and came back, and the lovely Miss Janice had a line of people at the table wanting to know about Black by Demand, wanting to purchase merchandise. And let me tell you, we've done a few events, and we've never had that happen.
Yes, I was at the table. I had people showing up actually saying,
Copy.
I was hoping you guys was going to be here.
Yes, that's a comment that I got several times.
Okay.
You know, like I actually felt good that people were like, oh, you know, Brother Mike, you know, I'm glad you was here. I wanted to speak with you. So really cool event. Shout out to Black Professional Men. It was a very professional event. They had great music. They had great food. They had professional black chefs, ladies on top of that. Food we ate was delicious. It was the right spirit in the air. Everybody understood why we're here, getting together, meeting each other, networking. They had seminars going on. The founder, Mr. Edwin, did seminars. I believe the president, Mr. Hassan Diggs, he did presentations. They had an awesome panel of black business people and black people in the community. Black Professional Men, BPM, is really out here doing some things. They really out here trying to help the community. So we was honored to be at that event, and it was awesome. It was awesome. It was a free event as well, you know. So you guys make sure you stay up on the Black by Demand radio show page, because this is where we'll post, you know, events we're going to be at, whether we're going to be a vendor there, if Brother Mike's going to be a keynote speaker or a host. We try to keep you guys informed so you can come out with us. But that was an awesome event.
It was. I got to speak to a lot of it.
Yes. Shout out to BPM, Black Professional Men. That was awesome. It was well put together, and we completely respect that, because it showed me that understood. You know, when you have black events, you know, you got to be on point with everything. But before we get into the rest and telling you about our current events today, we're gonna go ahead and take our first break. So this Black by Demand radio show. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Business owners, need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT. Or visit Fanify.com.
It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. Students, when you hear the reason or reasons for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Once you've exited, remove your cap and gown and proceed into the unknown. Too tired. Family trip. Part-time job. Helping around the house. Sick day. Starting the holidays early. Just because.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Spider-Man Radio Show. Today we are talking ways to save money in 2019 to help you get your year started off with the right thought process. We got to remember our finances in order to have a productive and successful 2019.
I'm hoping those ways are going to be some that I haven't tried.
Me too. We got between 10 and 13 of them, so hopefully it'll help out. But we were just going over our weekend. We attended an event called All Black Everything, hosted by Black Professional Men Incorporated. Awesome event. For those just tuning in, my voice is still a little under the weather. I do apologize. But yeah, so we were talking about the event and how nice it was. It was a nice space, very professionally put together, and I just was highly impressed. I loved all the different people we met. You got a chance to talk to several different people as well?
Several.
It's good, right?
Great conversation.
The energy was right.
The energy was lovely.
You get what I mean? The energy was great. Everybody was in there to learn or to teach, participate, support. We had plenty of people who came to our table and purchased some merchandise, and we did as well, going to other people's tables and purchasing merchandise.
We always venture.
Right. As a matter of fact, the actual necklace you have on right now was from one of the vendors, right? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we're even in here wearing the items that we purchased. So again, tune in to the BBD Radio Show page to find out events that we're going to be doing. And this particular event was free, so we'll keep you posted on the next one. They're going to be doing plenty more this year. So on to current events.
Oh, and one more thing I'd like to say about that.
Okay.
Because, you know, a lot of times when, you know, we've done the shows previous, a lot of times when we say, you know, black folks not supporting black businesses,
right.
I want to acknowledge the folks, you know, that showed up this weekend.
Absolutely. They had already RSVP'd over 200 people. Mm-hmm. So black people came out to support black businesses right here in Baltimore, and it was awesome. And for that, we thank you. Current events. What we got going on? We know it's Martin Luther King's birthday.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of outrage going on right now in Chicago.
Chicago. What's happening in Chicago?
The police officer, Jason Van Dyke,
mm-hmm.
He was the one who killed Laquan McDonald.
Okay.
And sentenced, I think he was just sentenced, so he got like 81 months in jail. So there's a lot of
Oh, they're giving out numbers in months, huh? Okay.
But remember, Jason is the police officer who shot Laquan 16 times.
Right.
When originally he said that, you know, Laquan was acting erratically, he had a knife in his hands, and he was coming towards, you know, the officer like that.
Mhm.
That was his reasoning for shooting him 16 times. But
Wow.
later on, they found out the dash cam video, he was actually walking away.
Oh, of course. So the officer lied.
Right.
Imagine that. The officer lied. Imagine that.
So he was charged with second-degree murder and 16 counts
When he should have been charged with first-degree murder.
of aggravated battery with a firearm. Remember, he shot him 16 times, but still, he gets, you know.
16 shots means he unloaded the whole clip. I think it's ironic that on Martin Luther King's birthday, in current events, we have the police still killing people. I guess his dream was just a dream. It was just a dream. What else we got?
So we have, I know I'm still messing with the kids, but we have a video of a daycare worker yanking the little girl's ponytail, trying to make her eat.
Oh, gosh. Woo! It just gets depressing.
Yeah, in the video, you know, there was plenty, when I watched the video, you know, there was plenty of kids at the table, and none of them wasn't looking interested in eating.
Right.
So why they picked this particular black little girl with the braids in her hair to yank her by the hair, trying to force her back to her plate to eat, I don't get it.
Me either. I don't get that either, but, you know, at the same time, I do get it. It's evil. It's evil. It's racist. There are people on this planet that hate you. Excuse me. Tough pill to swallow, but reality.
So even though the lady was, you know, terminated,
Mhm.
the one who recorded the video was terminated as well. So even with her risking her job to record the video, this was things that was going on
Right.
in this daycare all along. She
Mhm.
probably was just fed up, just wanted it to get out.
Right. She knew what she was at risk of.
Like, this just goes to show, like, even when you take your kids to daycare, like, parents, you know, you still have to kind of question your kids.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, see how their day was, and, you know, did anything happen that, you know, maybe they want to talk about.
Right.
Because if these things going on in the daycare, then this just didn't start. It's been
Right.
going on.
Yeah, I think we are being forced to recognize
So,
there really cannot be much trust. You know, like you kind of got to be on top of everything.
yeah, but with everything happening over the, you know, the last few years, even over the last few months, with everything happening with our kids, we kind of have to be a little bit more cautious.
Absolutely. You know, it's been previous shows where I spoke and said, you know, as the parents, we got to dig more into our children's lives. We got to put more restrictions on them, on what they do. And I know that's difficult for us to do as parents, but it's down to life or death now.
Yeah, but this little girl, she looked as if, I didn't quite get her age, but she looked like she was maybe 3.
Right. Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't even handle this.
Yes.
I'm about to be pissed off for the day.
Her hair was, you know, in a braided ponytail for her. So for that lady to be yanking on her ponytail
Right.
like that, and she's 3 years old, like, that was just...
Well, she hates her hair. You know, they hate our hair. You know, that's why they conditioned us to hate our hair. So that's why she specifically snatched her by her hair, because they hate it. Anything good in current events?
Well, yeah, it is, but let me just talk about...
Okay.
We never had a chance to talk about the 11-year-old girl that was punched in the face at the mall by the 51-year-old guy.
I did see the video of that.
So when I saw the video, like, of course I didn't see what happened prior to,
Mhm.
you know, him pushing her and then hitting her, but still, like, how do we prevent those situations from happening?
Well,
Like, when
you know my approach is very direct.
But before you start, when I first saw the video,
Mhm.
my 22-year-old, my 17-year-old, my niece was in the room, and then it was like 2 of their girlfriends. So it was like 5 girls in the room when I was looking at the video. And all I could do was look at all of them like, y'all better not ever try this.
Right.
They looking at me like, Mom, we would never. Like, but I'm just saying, like, even when, you know, the 11-year-old went towards the man, like, I don't understand, like, in her mind, what did she think was going to happen?
Well,
Was she really prepared to fight this 51-year-old?
From what I've seen, That was an 11-year-old young girl who conducted her behavior in a manner that she always does, whether it's with her friends or whether it's with, you know, people at school, people at work or whatever. And she doesn't have the understanding that that person that she directed it towards is someone that can and would kill her and get away with it. You get what I'm saying? Excuse me. It goes back to what I've always said about, you know, we have to teach our children that there's an enemy out here. Now, I'm not saying everybody's the enemy, but our kids are like, it's like they're not even aware of it, you know, so they don't understand that if you break bad like that, like what she did with a grown white man, he might put his hands on you. I mean, it's not right. He deserves to be punished for that, and I hope he is. But the reality is the chance of it happening is high. You get what I'm saying? So somewhere we got to do better at making our children control their emotions.
Right.
Somewhere, you know what I mean?
Right, because, I mean, even at 11, like she was 11 years old, but
right.
At 11, if you're old enough to be at the mall, you know, with your friends, then you're old enough to understand and know. Like, you have to know this information. Like, our kids are dying out here.
They are.
They, you know, lacking knowledge. We're sending them out in the streets and they're lacking knowledge of what's going on out here, you know, in the streets. And they're getting themselves killed or hurt.
Yes.
So when you look at this as a parent, like, it really hurts you. Because
it does. It's difficult for me to continue to listen to it. You know what I mean? Like, it really is.
At some point, we as parents have to hold ourselves accountable for this.
We do. And I think that's a part of the problem. I don't think that we are. And as far as like you said, teaching the children the reality of this world, I think also it has to be demonstrated, because children tend to pick up more on the things they see parents do versus what we tell them to do. So you could tell her all day not to be emotionally violent like that, but if she's seeing her friends do it, people on social media, her auntie, her sister, possibly her mama, that's why she's going to continue to react that way, because that sends a message that this is how we deal with situations. And I just hope he pays the price for what he done, you know, because that is completely unacceptable, especially to a child. You shouldn't even put your hands on another adult, but to do it to a child. And, you know, I'm sure he was filled with hatred, you know, so another sad situation. Any good news?
Yes. Muhammad Ali's Kentucky hometown.
Huh?
Muhammad Ali's Kentucky hometown.
Okay.
Will honor the boxing champion by renaming its airport.
Okay.
So we have Muhammad Ali International Airport.
Yeah, that's what they do after you're dead. They name stuff after you. Okay.
And this should take place probably around June this year.
Is that the only good news we got? Oh, God. Shout out to the Ali family. Y'all was the only good news on MLK weekend. I'm sorry. I do apologize. Okay, well, at least we brought some good news with the event.
Good news and current events.
Right. And I got a chance to meet some really good brothers from Black Professional Men. So that's good news, and what they are trying to do within the black community by taking responsibility for the black male, you know, which is great. Now, that's not to say it's neglect of the black female, but it's to say that here's a group of men who say, we're going to take responsibility for our boys, and we're going to do our best to help them out and mentor them and get them participating in community activities and things of that nature. So I was just very honored to be amongst these brothers and be a part of what they got going on. So again, shout out to BPM, Black Professional Men Inc. Yes. Great job, brothers. Great jobs.
Awesome job.
All right, so let's move forward. So for our audience members, remember to check us out on patreon.com/BrotherMikeBBD. And Brother Nate, if you get a chance, could put that on the screen, that'd be great. That's patreon.com/BrotherMikeBBD. This is where you can donate to Black by the Man to help us keep the brand going, help us to continue to keep the show going, so forth and so on. And make sure you go to blackbytheman.com to check out our apparel and merchandise. Our shirts and hoodies were a hit.
Oh.
We was a hit. We was a hit at the All Black Everything.
Okay, is this the first event? I think we made our biggest sales at this event.
We did. We sold the most merchandise ever at the All Black Everything event. So that was a milestone for us. So we are grateful for that. You know, we want to get you guys some Black by the Man apparel as well. So again, check it out, blackbytheman.com. All right, so let's move forward and let's talk about ways to save money in 2019. So I got about 10 of them. I got about 13 of them. I might better get all 13 there. We're going to need it, yes, because I want to learn today myself.
That's good, because that coincides with the book I just read. I just read a book on Girl, Get Your Money Straight.
There you go.
By Glenda Bridgeforth. Anybody want to go get that book? So this will go right up.
It's a good book. I heard it was a real good brother that recommended that book to you.
So.
That's what I heard. Yeah. It was? Okay, all right. All right, so number one, with ways to save money in 2019. Number one is build an emergency fund. It can make all the difference. Low-income families with at least $500 in an emergency fund are better off financially than moderate-income families with less saved up.
Now,
that's interesting.
Very. When you say emergency fund, you have to define emergency.
That part they didn't do. I'm going to say it's
emergency, you know, if a bill pop up out of nowhere and you have enough in your emergency fund to cover it, does that say you can go get it?
It's an emergency.
Because otherwise, you can't save it if you're spending it.
True.
Every time a bill pop up.
True.
But
I thought it was interesting that they're stating that low-income families, which a lot of us as black people come from, right, with at least $500 in the emergency fund are better off financially than moderate middle-class income families who don't have it.
Wow.
That's an interesting way of looking at things, right? Because what they're saying is a middle-class family may make more money than you, but if it's all going out the window, right, and you make less money, but you keep at least $500 in savings, that you're actually doing better than them.
yeah, because you have to think of middle-class families, you know, they probably have middle-class debt.
Yes, yes, that's what I would think. Middle-class debt, that's exactly what I would think. So yeah, so number one is build an emergency fund. Now that's kind of old schoolish when you think about it, because like the parents and grandparents, they always had that shoebox. They had their little emergency fund.
The shoebox, now shoebox I found to work great. I love.
It still works.
Yes, I love hiding money in shoeboxes. I love doing that. But still, when you build in an emergency fund, you have to set some guidelines for it.
Sure,
When you can use it.
Like you said, you have to decide what's going to be considered an emergency, right?
Yes.
Because I've saved money in emergency funds before, and then I come up with the slightest thing that's an emergency. And then I'm digging in it. I got to get that shirt. It's an emergency. But 500, I found it was interesting that they had picked that number because, don't quote me, but I remember a couple years ago I had seen some financial statisticians speaking about Americans. And they were saying that the average American doesn't even have $500 in their savings account.
So I was going to say, so if you have $500 in your emergency account, then you're considered okay?
It's better than everyone else is what they're saying. They're saying most of us don't even have that. So you're off to a good start if you got that 500 in there.
Oh,
and 500's not a lot.
I don't need to do this show today then.
Okay. She's straight. I'm going to keep rocking. I need to learn, y'all.
No, I'm joking.
So build an emergency fund. Take some money, put it away. Do your best to leave it put away. Especially if you have children, you never know when the situation is going to come up. You know, and having money at the house or even in the bank is always very, very helpful.
It's still difficult when you know you have.
It is difficult.
A certain amount of money in an emergency fund. It is difficult not to still think about it.
You got to somehow try to forget about that money.
Saying, like, how can you go about even forgetting about it once you?
Well, they got tools out here, right? And we're going to do this on another show dealing with personal finance. But they got tools out here such as certificates of deposit, CDs, and you can put an expiration on it. So you can have a CD that you put money into, and then say, "I'm not allowed to touch this money for 1 year," and the bank ain't gonna let you get it. You can come back all you want. They're gonna say, "Listen, you signed the paper." Let you get that money. So that's a way to do it.
In the back of your mind, it's always a safety net.
Yes, right.
It's always a thought.
So we got to kind of remove that if we're going to hold on to it. Got it. Okay, so number 2 is establish your budget. So are you looking for an easy way to begin? On the first day of a new month, get a receipt of your purchases. Stack the receipts into categories like restaurants, groceries, and personal care. And at the end of the month, you will be able to clearly see where your money's going.
Now, see,
Now that's an awesome idea.
I was going to say.
That's awesome.
Let me tell you how awesome it is.
I like it.
You see that sheet there?
Mm-hmm.
And you see what that said?
I do.
Like,
Let me see it again. I'm all in your business.
I got that.
So you kind of doing
I
that.
got it off the book I just read.
Okay.
Like, get your money.
So she touched on that in the book. Okay, so for all the ladies that are tuning in with us today, could you please go ahead and plug that book again?
It's Girl Get Your Money Straight.
Girl Get Your Money Straight, written by
Glenda Bridgeforth.
Glenda Bridgeforth. That is a great book for black women to check out. It is written by a black woman, so it has a certain appeal to sisters.
Yeah, so
you know?
we're going over this, and I just covered this in the book. And she did say something about keeping track of all your finances.
Yes.
Like keep track of every dollar you get for the month
Mm-hmm.
and every dollar you spend for the month.
Yes, and I've done that before, and it's pretty amazing to see where your money goes.
Yeah, because hopefully by looking at where your money is going, it's going to help you notice how you wasting money.
It's going to help you see how it's going out the window.
Right.
See where that money's going. Because we do spend a lot of money just in our everyday life, things that we do, things, you know, out and about. We buy this, we buy that, we pay for this, pay for that. And because it is minor amounts, $8 here, $16 there, $4 there, but it does add up.
When you get to the end of the month and see that you spent $650 in food
Right.
alone, that's not even groceries, just food out buying lunch and just.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's disturbing, isn't
You're
it?
going to get your money straight.
It's very disturbing, very disturbing. So number 2 is establish a budget.
That works.
First day of every new month, get a receipt for everything that you purchase. So we are approaching a new month. So February is a good time to start this. So February, we got to collect all of our receipts and see where our money's going.
Let me tell you, and once you start doing that, you're going to be shocked.
At the end of 30 days, you're probably going to be disappointed. But that disappointment is going to be what's going to change you.
Shocked and disappointed. First, you're not even going to realize that you make as much money as you do.
Right.
I guess you never realize that because you're spending it as you're making it. You don't even notice how much money is coming in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't notice how much you're spending.
Giving it right back away.
So when you look at both of those numbers, you're going to be...
So you might not feel good after that, huh? My stomach hurts.
Yeah, you're going to be sick.
All right, so number 3, budget with cash envelope. If you have trouble with overspending, try the envelope budget system. Set amount of cash for most spending. Once the cash is gone, it's gone. So that's it. So they saying take an envelope, put a certain amount of money in it, and say, this is what I got to spend. And stay within that, and once that's all spent, say, that's it, I ain't got no more money. Now, you really do still have money because you got other money stashed away.
I was going to say, have anybody ever physically tried that? Because I did.
You did?
Yeah, and let me tell you, like, there are days where you're going to see, like, you can, like the kids would say, why is it 10 empty envelopes on your bag? Like,
ran through them envelopes,
you talking to a person who needs a great idea.
Right.
With the saving money. Like,
it's not easy. It's not easy to save money because we are in a society that bombards us with opportunities to spend money. So every day we're out and about, whether you're watching television, driving down Route 40, it's billboards, it's window shopping, it's commercials. So we are being bombarded psychologically with thoughts of spending.
now, of course, we all have, like, what you can go to. Of course, your end game, the last, thing you would use. So, of course, we all have those big bottles of change that you stored away.
Oh, I do have that.
So I don't touch that. Now, I never touch that because that's too much trouble.
Right.
Like, nobody wants to go through change.
Now that's what I'm good at. I'm good at keeping my change.
That's too much work.
I had an older gentleman teach me that when I was younger. Hold on to your change. So I do collect my change, and I've had periods where I've turned my change into the bank and had like hundreds of dollars. I remember one time I did it with one of my buddies. He would see me take the change out my car. I would purposely, when I make a purchase, they say, it comes to $4.28. I would always just give them $5 because I want the change back so I can take that and put it away. And when I cash that change in, It blew his mind. You know what I mean? And he was like, I cannot believe you just had almost $400 in change. And like he was looking at me like I cheated. Like, how did you pull that off? I just hold on to my change.
Well, what would be your advice for a person like me? Like, what would be your advice for a person who, in their mind, believes like, you know, like, okay, you save a few dollars, but what do you have to save all this money for? Like, what am I saving all this money for?
Opportunity.
So.
Okay, remember on one of the cards at the event. So I'll tell the audience. So at the event, I had these little black by the man, look like business cards, but it wasn't a business card. So what's on the back of it is what I call a black thought, right? So it's just a personal thought of inspiration. It could deal with finances, could deal with health, could deal with anything. So those are what we include when you make a purchase from Black by the Man. So you'll get 1 or 2 little cards in there with little inspirational words on it, right? So one of them says, chance favors the prepared mind. Okay, so if you talking about saving money, having that money readily available will have you at a point where you can capitalize on opportunity.
Your answer was a great answer when you said opportunity.
Opportunity, right? Because a lot of times we come across opportunities and we're not ready for them. Whatever that opportunity may be. Someone might be selling a car and you wanted a car at that time, you had the money to get it. But best of all would be if you come across a business opportunity. Sometimes it's business opportunities, and the people who capitalize on them are people who have their money. You get what I mean? So nothing comes when you don't have the money readily available. So chance favors the prepared mind. So that's one of our black thoughts. That would be my advice. And of course, I'm nobody. I'm somebody who needs advice.
Even though still I am a person who's working on the budget. Like I said, I just read that book. I actually read a couple of her books. It was Get Your Money Straight, Get Your Credit Straight. She actually had a few books. I've read them, but they really helped.
Good,
They really
good.
helped.
I'm sure it helped also being written by a sister. Something you can relate to. You know, because she can relate to what you deal with as a black woman.
And she did. If you read her book, there's a lot of black women. She had more than just herself in the book.
Sweet, sweet.
Black women experiences in the book.
Go ahead and plug that woman book one more time.
Glenda Bridgeforth, Girl, Get Your Money Straight.
Girl, Get Your Money Straight. She need to make one called Brother, Get Your Money Straight.
Girl, Get Your Credit Straight.
Oh, she got 2 of them. Yes, she does. All right, so number 4 is save automatically. Setting up an automatic savings is the easiest and most effective way to save. It puts extra cash out of sight and out of mind. Every pay period, have your employer deduct a certain amount from your paycheck and transfer it to a retirement or savings account. Ask your HR representative for more details about setting this up. Or every month, have your bank or credit union transfer a fixed amount from your checking account to your savings account.
That's a great idea, too.
That is. That's a good tool that we have today.
Yeah, and a lot of people take advantage of that.
Yeah, that's an easy one. But I guess what I'm thinking is it's still going to have to go back with what you were saying. How are you going to be restricted from digging into that? You know what I mean? What I learned as I was getting a little older is when I go to save, I would always put a ridiculous amount into my savings. And that would cause me to dig into it, right? So say I came across an extra $500, right? And then I'm trying to put 400 in the savings, and I'm gonna keep 100. And then 3 days later, I'll take out 200. Copy. So yeah, so it's easier to just put 200 in it, and then take that 300 and be able to play with it. But look, we up on another break. Stay with us. It's the Black by the Man radio show. We are talking ways to save money in 2019. We'll be back after this break.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire.